welcome back to episode 50 of Hero Power. I am your host, Avantes, and if you can't tell, I am excited. See that? Oh yeah! I am joined by my co-host, Zeroshio.
We're 50!
Damn, you're old. And Virsica!
I'm not seeing anything. It's so confusing.
I just imagine everything that's happening.
I know.
Right. All right, guys. First of all, I want to start by saying thank you to all of our listeners. Thank you to all of our fellow podcast hosts, but especially thank you to our awesome community of patrons. We couldn't be here without you guys. You are helping us to do this and move forward on an everyday basis, guys. It is awesome.
And I'm going to single people out. I want to thank all of our patrons and all of our supporters, being other podcasters, as well as community members, or Dusharmo, Vestidius, Espo, Squishy Dragon, Eric, Level Up Games. If I've left you out, then I haven't thought of you off the top of my head.
That's why I didn't single people out, because I knew I'd forget somebody. Virsica, you got anything to add?
No, just thanks. It's hard to believe it's been 50 episodes, and looking back, just the amount of guests that we had in the first 50 episodes, how much the meta's changed in the first 50 episodes. We were here for the birth of Standard. Just watching the community in general, podcast, competitive, casual, Facebook, Twitter. It's just been an awesome journey, and it's one that I'm super hyped to get to spend another year doing.
Yeah, in fact, it has been a year, guys. We did episode 1 on October 14th of 2015. So.
Yep. We had 2 weeks off, 2 weeks the whole year. So
yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
So, all right. Before we get into anything else, Virsica, why don't you tell us about our friends at Viforce?
So, one of the best things that happened to Hero Power in our 50 episodes was partnering with Viforce. And we got an awesome email, and I want to share some of it with you. So Viforce got in touch with us, and they said, in honor of our 50th show, they're going to give all of our listeners $50 off any order of $800 or more, good through December 31st.
That's $1 an episode.
That's $1 an episode. All you have to do is go onto their website, pick out what you want, and then promotional code type Frost Giant. And I love the reference. If you're not familiar with Frost Giant, look it up, and you'll get to see a little bit of Hero Power trivia. So yeah, it's an awesome deal. They've been a wonderful sponsor of the show, a wonderful friend of the show, and $50 off a new machine this time of year it's awesome.
I just got the reference. I've been thinking about it all day. I'm like, what is they talking about? Okay. I feel dumb.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, check them out. ViforceGaming.com, or go to HeroPowerHS.com. Click on the Viforce link. Go over and check them out. The Impulse is my favorite machine. It hits right at that $800 mark. You get $50 off. You really can't beat it. So check it out.
Yeah. All right. So that brings us to this week's email. And we did receive an email from our friend Mr. Nasty. He says,
thank goodness. I was really hoping that we at least got an email or an iTunes review for our 50.
Yeah, well, we got an email, not an iTunes review, but it says
we'll take it.
It says, I had a good idea and a challenge for everyone. We love the Mr. Nasty
Lord.
challenges.
Here we go again.
This one doesn't involve spending any gold. A few episodes back, you guys wanted a way to build a deck similar to Arena and play each other. What about using the built-in deck help tool and creating a deck that way? He says, I took this one step further, made a custom deck using the deck helper, and went to ranked to see how far I can go. Right now with my paladin, I'm stuck at rank 19, 20 to 19, still climbing. This has made me enjoy the game in a whole new light. This is challenging because the build I made does struggle against certain decks in the meta, but it helped me create a Malagos Druid. Also, I hope this email feeds Zeroshio. So what he's talking about is going into the create a new deck, and basically you then let the game give you 3 suggestions for cards, and you pick one, and then you pick another, and then you pick another, based off of the suggestions and not the deck recipes. I thought this sounded like a lot of fun.
It does sound like a lot of fun, and if you'll remember when we were kind of shooting around ideas about what we were going to do for the 50th, I had actually come up with the suggestion that we let the listeners choose decks for us, and then we play against each other. So I'm hoping that... Are we still there?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Sorry, I lost almost all of my Skype feed. So yeah, this is along those same lines, and I think it sounds like a blast.
It does sound like a blast.
And you know what else I think would be really cool with that is if we could get this set up, and let's invite somebody to shoutcast it.
Wait, so we're going to play each other with these decks, not get on the ladder?
I think we play each other and then we get on the ladder.
Okay. I'm doing really good on the ladder. not that I'm afraid to take my rank, but I'm afraid to tank my rank. Okay? I mean, it's Mr. Nasty. I can take one for the team. I'm going to limit myself to 5 games on the rank. Though, unless it's really good.
Okay, and like I said, I if you want, what we can do is if we can do this challenge, we can do it in a vacuum. We could do it. We could do it in casual and play 10 games and take the best out of 10.
Okay.
I do like the idea of doing this though. Are we going to limit ourselves to any specific classes, or just whatever we want to do?
Let's put a poll out there.
Okay.
Let's poll our listeners and let our listeners choose our class, and then we'll random the decks.
Okay.
We'll use the deck builder for the decks.
All right. There you go. We will post that to Twitter sometime this weekend, and we'll let you guys know when the polls are available. All right, so
okay, so I've lost the show on Twitch.
Okay,
I reloaded. It's back.
Okay.
All right, so I'm showing, like I said, no iTunes reviews this week. So go out there, check it out. Let us know what you think. News. This week, we had two Hearthstone tournaments going on this weekend. We had the HCT Europe Last Call event. We talked a little bit about it last week. We talked about the participants and kind of made a couple of projections. I don't think any of us picked the winner correctly.
No.
So
sure didn't.
So if you did not check out the event, it was really, really good. And the finals came down to RDU and Pavel. And congratulations to Pavel on a 4-1 win in the finals to go to BlizzCon. I mean, he played really well this weekend.
I want to congratulate both RDU and Pavel, because RDU, if you don't follow RDU and watch him on stream and pay attention to his ladder runs every season, he is a workhorse. He works really, really, really hard to be good at this game and does a great job. And he came really close to beating Pavel, but Pavel just made expert plays. He did really well. I'm excited to see. He's going to be a dark horse, I think, at the BlizzCon Championships.
I agree.
I predict Pavel's going to be in the final four. He'll make it up at least to semifinals.
Okay. Okay.
I agree. I like the fact that he brought things that, I mean, you can tell they were inspired by the meta, but they each one had a different twist to it, and I think it was really hard for the other players to get a beat on it and to really handle it. They those few little wrinkles that he put in seemed to really throw them off. And yeah, Matt at Arms in the chat room was talking about Pavel having a really bad misplay last year. And have you ever seen the movie The Replacements?
Yes.
Okay, remember Keanu Reeves' character his name was Falco, and they called him Footsteps Falco. And no matter what he did, he was always known for throwing the last game that he played.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what Pavel has had to go through. It's like for all the great play he made, he had just a couple of misplays, but one really disastrous misplay, and that's all anyone's talked about for the past year. So it's a good story of redemption, a good feeling of redemption watching him. And by the end of it, I was rooting for him. Not that I had anything against RDU, but Pavel kind of seemed like the underdog, and I liked that he was playing things outside the meta, and I liked to see that they were working. So the mad scientist in me, I was just chuckling. So it was good.
I love seeing the development of Pavel. You could tell through the different seasons that the nerves were really getting to him, and he had a hard time actually competing at the high level, not because of his plays or his deck building, but because of his nerves. I think he made bad decisions during clutch times, and obviously the one everybody remembers, which was a play with
it was against Life Coach.
It was against Life Coach. Wasn't involving Sylvanas. Made a bad Sylvanas trade. I want to say that's right, but I could be wrong. But he really just stuck to his guns and made solid plays. He didn't rush anything this go round, and took off the win against a very gaming RDU. RDU is top notch. If you can beat RDU in a finals, that right there is huge accolades.
Yes. Okay, so the other tournament we had this weekend was the HCT Asia Pacific Last Call. Now, this one happened in the wee hours of the morning, as the Asia Pacific events usually do. And
as Virsica was sleeping.
Yes. Well, I mean, okay, I'm not going to go there because it's too easy.
Yeah.
But this event, I watched the first few rounds. I watched the first few rounds, went to bed about 3 or 4 that morning, and I watched the Cheonsu versus Aaron match, and he was very dominant in that match. Cheonsu then moved on to make it all the way to the finals and win this event over Tensoku. Let me tell you, you were picking Pavel to make it to top 4. I'm actually picking Cheonsu to make it to top 4 at BlizzCon. He played really, really well in his events. Virsica, you went back and watched this event on VOD, didn't you?
I didn't get a chance to watch this one. I actually got caught up in another couple of things that took up a lot of time. So, was his decks more aggressive, or were they more controlling? Because from what I looked, they looked like they were more on the aggressive sort of mid-range style.
They were very kind of mid-rangey, and that's, I really enjoyed watching that whole tournament meta. It was a lot of fun to watch.
I think to me it seems like it's a nice blending of the typical NA meta that we see and the typical European meta that we see. So I think that's why they've done well when they get to the BlizzCon tournaments, just in general, because it is sort of that in between. And if you teched out a deck against a particular style, either aggressive or control, you're going to struggle to handle the Asia Pacific decks.
Yeah. It's very true. Zerosho, did you watch it? Any of it?
Yeah, I watched a couple of the VODs, and I watched the finals versus Tansoku. I really like that the Asia Pacific tends to pull out some very interesting tech cards, things that are not normally in the meta that kind of swing things. I didn't see it so much in this tournament, but I know the Asia Pacific players kind of have brought out Evolved Kobold into the meta, which EU and NA have for a long time said it's not a good card. 4 mana for a 2/2, but it gives +2 spell damage, and they've been using that as just enough damage for clears and things like Shaman with Maelstrom Portal. And I'm really excited to see new innovations at BlizzCon from the Asia Pacific players.
Okay. All right. Cool. So, needless to say, we have 2 regions last call done. We have the Americas last call this weekend.
15th.
The 15th. Okay. So yeah. So it's gonna be good. I'm really looking forward to it. We talked about it last week. We got a lot of great players going to be competing this weekend. So make sure you tune in if you get a chance. If not, we'll let you know what happened next week. All right. Before we get to our big 50th news, I want to touch on our other piece of news this week, and that was there was a Hearthside chat this past weekend with Peter Whalen about designing the Karazhan chess event. Zeroshio, why don't you tell us a little bit about this?
Basically, it's a blog written by Peter Whalen about, and I'm not going to go into too much detail on the exact blog, but it was basically the beginning parts and what they were trying to accomplish and the different roadblocks and discoveries they found with building the chess event for Karazhan. It is a great read. We'll have the link in the show notes, but definitely read over it. And this gives us kind of an insight of what the developers are thinking of when they do some of these high impactful changes to the game that later can change other things, like using this type of innovation in tavern brawls and possibly future cards. So definitely take a look at this, and I want to kind of focus. If you go to battle.net and click on the Hearthstone link, they're always posting blogs and esports updates. Make sure to keep checking that site. I check it every couple days. They're always posting some really good information and blogs on that site.
Okay. Well, I guess, guys, it's time then, isn't it?
Well, you want to just go over Tavern Brawl real quick before we give the big news?
All right. So, Tavern Brawl this week. I like how you make them wait. That's cool. That's cool.
I like that.
Yeah, that's all right. Tavern Brawl this week is called All-Star Squad. Says spiders and portals have had their chance. Now you choose. Pick one card for your deck, and you'll get 22 copies of it, plus 8 random class cards. All right. I will admit, I cheesed it. I picked Ice Block.
Not you.
I picked Ice Block for my 22 cards.
It just pinged them to death?
And I just pinged them to death because you also get 8 random class cards, and I got I did get a direct damage the Firelands portal, so that helped me get there, and I ended up getting the win off of fatigue. They fatigued out before me.
Wow.
Zero, what did you do?
I have played this one time, though I've actually been reading up and seeing a lot of great ideas. But for my first try and my first win, I tried Prince Malkazar, who gives you a deck of 60 cards. Evidently, there is a cap to how many cards you can get off Malkazar, and it will go no further than an additional 30 cards. So you will have a deck of 60. And a popular one out there right now that was actually made popular by Disguised Toast, actually his chat today, is the corrupted Net Pagel, Dark Fisher. Okay. And basically you just fatigue your opponent Well, he ran into a match against Prince Malchazar, and it didn't work out.
Virsica, have you had a chance to play it yet?
I haven't, and this time of year is really one of my favorite times of the year because if you guys know me, and you two do, you know I'm a huge fan of the Legend of Sleepy Hollow, and the Headless Horseman is one of my favorite fictional characters. And this time of year, nowadays, the Headless Horseman is in a lot of places. Well, Overwatch decided that they were going to put Headless Horseman on Reaper, who happens to be my favorite character in Overwatch. So they made it a legendary skin.
Big Overwatch.
So I've pretty much just been mainlining Overwatch. I did finally get the Headless Horseman Reaper skin, so now I can go straight back on Hearthstone.
Okay, I'm gonna have to make a call to Blizzard because something's not right. They're not usually like giving you what you want as you want it. I'm used to them having your picture up and them throwing darts at it and going, "Oh, who are we banning this week? Oh, how about Virsica again?"
Well, there's two things that played into this. Number one, Disguised Toast is taking my spot in the jail.
That's true.
Number two, my lovely wife, and even though we're strapped for cash right now, my lovely wife, who knows how important this fictional character is to me, lent me some money to get some. Well, she didn't lend it to me. We had the bank account going, but she let me buy some loot boxes, and I got it out of one of the loot boxes that she let me buy.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah, to try to play that many games to get that many free loot boxes would be killer.
Well, I did the math, and I think I came up with, at my current level, I would have only been able to earn 5 or 6 loot boxes because I don't really play a lot in the competitive. It's usually against AI or quick match. So it was going to be a lot of playing and not a very good chance of getting him. So
yeah. All right, guys.
Shout out to my wife.
I guess it's time.
Is it time?
It's time.
All right. So, for those of you listening at home in the car, you might want to pull over. This is going to be exciting. I'm excited. And Virsica tells me I'm probably more excited than you guys are going to be. But, you know, ever the pessimist.
Hey.
All right, guys.
I'm excited. Does that count? Does that make me less of a pessimist?
We are, as I said, super excited to announce the Hero Power Hearthstone Invitational Tournament. So,
yes.
What you're probably saying to yourself is, invitational tournament? How do you get an invitation? It's simple. All you have to do to get an invite to the tournament is be a patron.
That's right.
So, what you're probably saying, how about a little more information? Well, I have that. See, I'm here for you guys. All right. We are going to be hosting 3, we'll call them placement tournaments, next year, starting in January. And each of these 3 events will have cash prizes for the top 3 places. Each event will be single elimination, best of 5, and each finish will earn the participants points towards a 4th event in November called the Hero Power Championship.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's talk a little more about it. These events will all be online events that you can compete in by signing up by being a patron. The tournaments will feature a minimum of 8 players up to a maximum of 32. So, like I said, entry to qualify is as follows. All Hero Power patrons of $5 or more will be given automatic bids into the tournament. You don't have to do anything else. You're automatically in. After that, if we don't fill the bracket at that point, we'll then open it up to other patrons. So here's how else we're looking at this. The prizes are going to be based on participation.
Yes.
The more people we have up to that maximum of 32, the better the prizes are going to be, the prize payouts are going to be for those events, guys. So
the more patrons we have, the more we give back to our patrons.
exactly. The more patrons we have, the better the prizes, the better the tournaments are going to be, the more fun they're going to be.
It all goes back to you guys.
Exactly. Now, we're also doing something for our Fireside Gathering members. Those of you in the local Knoxville area that come to our Fireside events, we're going to be hosting 3 tournaments there. Those events are going to be giving out points as well.
No cash prizes.
No cash prizes for the Fireside Gatherings, but you'll be able to earn points and also a chance to participate in the championship at the end of the season. So,
the big thing is we want to make sure this is a big event, and we want our participants to feel as if they've accomplished something. So we're going to try to bring as much competitions to our patrons and our local players as we can, because we want this to be a big event. We'd love to broaden this tournament beyond 32, maybe in future years.
Yeah, absolutely. So, patrons get in first. Absolutely guaranteed entry. $5 or more gets you in. Then we open it up to everybody else, guys. This is going to be super exciting. We are going to be broadcasting these events on Twitch. They're going to be shoutcasted by Zeroshio and Virsica. I'm going to be doing all the behind-the-scenes production work for them. We want to bring you guys the best possible events that we can do, and we want you guys to be able to have fun. The championship in November will be the top 8 points earners from the previous events, and it will be a double elimination for a grand prize. That will be unveiled after the last qualifying tournament. So
a lot of the format and stuff we're still going to be working on deciding what we're going to do come January. We do want to see what BlizzCon announces, what kind of set rotations we're looking at, and if standard is going to change at all. So
right.
A lot of the details we'll be deciding closer to the event time. Now, there is one question in the chat room. Is there a minimum donation for becoming a patron? I believe the minimum we have set is $1. For $1 a month, you can have a chance to get into the tournament. For $5 a month, you're guaranteed into the tournaments.
Yes. Yeah. So, let's see. Okay.
And the tournaments will start in January, which means you have to be a patron in at least December, at least a month before the tournament.
Yeah. So to qualify for patron entry, you need to be a patron in the previous month leading up to the event, at least, and or all of the months between the events. If you're a patron with us for the months between the events, it doesn't matter. You're in. The entry into the firesides, as always, are first come, first serve. So that's just the way those work. We don't charge entries for those, so you guys just come out and have fun and possibly be able to earn enough points to get into the event. So, but guys, we are super stoked about this, and we look forward to bringing you some great Hearthstone in the 2017 year. So we will announce more information probably sometime the second half of December. The first event will take place probably sometime the middle to second half of January.
So I'm currently working on the prize structure for the final event, and so depending on what comes through from my chosen vendors, then I will see what kind of stuff that outside of the grand prize, see what kind of stuff comes into the other places. So we'll hopefully have all of that lined out and ready to go, sometime before the first tournament.
Yeah. Now, Mr. Nasty in chat said, he'd like to join the Discord. If you guys aren't familiar with our patron, the dollar level gets you in and gets you into our Discord. The $5 level not only gets you into the tournament, but gets you access to bonus video content that we've been creating. So it's there, guys, for you. We do all of this for you, as we've said, multiple times. So we want you to feel like you're getting your value out of it, and we are, super stoked about, getting you guys more involved and getting you guys great Hearthstone content.
Something that we don't talk about or haven't talked about recently, but we really need to get this out there, is we not only have a Discord that you'll be getting invited to, we also have a TeamSpeak server that you'll be getting invited to as well. So, if Discord is like I know some machines don't run Discord as well, but they run TeamSpeak great. You'll have two options there as to how to get in and interact with the community.
Yeah. Yep. Also, you get an invite to our private patron Facebook page. So, we really try to make sure you guys feel like you're getting your value out of, your patronage. And so this tournament is really our way of saying thank you and giving back, and we're really excited to host you guys. We're really looking forward to this.
Yeah, we do this for our patrons and our listeners. You guys really have helped us make a lot of this content. You especially our chat. I got to give a big shout out to our chat. You're always giving us talking points, things you'd like us to do, things you'd like us to talk about, decks you'd like us to show. And as long as you all keep doing that, we're going to keep doing this.
Absolutely.
But the other thing too is that the chat kind of extends into our patron Facebook page, where those same questions and answers happen there as well, only because of the nature of what Facebook gives us and the platform in which Facebook gives us to produce it. We can go more in depth, even offer examples. I'm not going to say a little bit of coaching, but a little bit of advice on certain things. Guidance. So it really is a benefit, I think, if you are new to the game, or if you are at a plateau and you're looking to reach that advanced level before you take that step into semi-pro. This is a great place for you to test theories and to bounce ideas off of people, and ask for help or ask for advice or give help.
We already have a great community of patrons there that are more than willing to help you with deck ideas and give suggestions. Hey, you should take this out and put this in. So, I mean, come join us. We'd love to have you. We enjoy nothing more than talking about Hearthstone all the time, or we wouldn't be doing this every week. So.
Oh yeah.
All right, guys. So yeah, check us out. Check it out. See if it's right for you. If you're interested in playing in the event, we'd love to have you. So, all right, that brings us to this week's deck list. So, again, we watched a lot of the HCT stuff this weekend, and one of the decks that really caught my eye was Pavel's mid-range Shaman. We saw some different mid-range Shaman decks out there, including like RDU's Totem Shaman, but I really liked something about Pavel's just really stuck with me. So I went to our resident Shaman expert, and of course, he does what Virsica does and goes, "Oh, I already have that deck. I mean, not exactly, but it's pretty close, and mine's probably got a better win rate." So I was like, all right, let's go with yours.
There is a big difference between tournament decks and ladder decks. And
exactly.
And looking at this.
Yeah, no, let me tell you about that, because I brought that up. Virsica goes, he pulls up Pavel's deck list, and he goes, "Man, this looks almost exactly like my deck. And so he then opens up Hearthstone, pulls up his deck list, and goes, oh, hey, look at that. There's only 2 cards different. That's odd. And I'm like, no, that just means you're tapped into the tournament meta.
That's right.
So let's look at the deck list.
I do want to say, full disclosure, I didn't get to watch Pavel play his shaman. So when Avantes came over and it's like, hey, I want to play Pavel's mid-range shaman, I looked him straight in the face. I was like, he didn't bring in mid-range shaman. He's like, yes, he did. I'm like, I didn't see him play one. He's like, he did. So this, after our last fireside, we were watching a tournament, and Strife Crow was playing a mid-range shaman deck that centered around Thunderbluff Valiant. So I actually came home that evening and built this deck, and this is what I've been laddering with when I'm laddering. So
all right, guys,
it's more attuned to the
secret
ladder.
It's the Virsica secret tech. All right, so the deck list is as follows: 2 lightning bolts, 2 spirit claws, 2 tunnel trogs, 1 blood mage Thalnos, 2 flame tongue totems, 2 maelstrom portals, 2 totem golems, 1 feral spirit, 2 hex, 2 lightning storm, 1 manatide totem, 1 barnes, 1 4-mana 7/7 Flame Wreath Faceless, 2 Azure Drakes, 1 Harrison Jones, 2 Thunderbluff Valiants, 1 Fire Elemental, 2 Thing from Below, and of course 1 Ragnaros the Fire Lord. So Virsica, tell us a little bit about it.
So Ragnaros and a Barnes Ragnaros is the reason that I call this Nuke Shaman. I just love it when a 1/1 Fire Lord pops up on turn 4 and just smacks him in the face.
He's so cute and he hits so hard.
Ragnaros to the dome. I love it. Love it. So this plays a lot like most mid-range shamans, but I tend to use my tunnel trogs as bait, and the Flame Wreath Faceless is in here because I was struggling to gain ground against the Control Warrior and Control Priest. So I wanted something that would come out early that would force them to use resources to get rid of. So he's pretty much in there as bait too. Thunderbluff Valiant and Thing from Below. These guys deal the bulk of the damage, and Ragnaros usually finishes them off. Harrison Jones is in there as tech against Gorehowl, Arcanite Reaper, which is showing up in a lot of the Control Warrior. I have seen some Fool's Bane, just not as much as I did when it first came out. That's great against Fool's Bane. It's also very good if you run up against Aggro Shaman, having Harrison on turn 5, and then they drop they drop Doomhammer on turn 6. It refills your hand and gets rid of the Doomhammer, so it's nice there too. Not very effective versus the Priest, but the 5/4 body still begs to be removed by a Shadow Word Pain or having to run something into it, and then you usually finish it off with either a Lightning Storm or one of your empowered totems. Totem Golem just does an amazing amount of work in this deck. I was running Bloodlust, and I eventually dropped that down as I got into the ladder and found that I needed more removal. So I added a second Lightning Storm and a second Lightning Bolt just for that early removal. And other than that, I feel like it's very well balanced. My win rate is somewhere around 85%. It is a deck that I'm tracking on Deck Tracker. I do win most of my matches against anyone but Shaman or against Warrior or Priest, and actually my win rate against Priest is pretty bad. So that's this one's bad matchup.
Okay, cool. Zero, you got any thoughts on this?
Well, I actually played a similar. I looked up Pavel's deck, and I swapped a couple things out. I actually took a Thing from Below out and put, of all things, a Justicar True Heart. Because one thing I found is I wanted to pick my totems, and it actually worked out pretty well for me because I could specifically go for the spell power totems when I had the uh, Maelstrom Portal or Spirit Claws. If I needed a taunt, usually the thing from below, it didn't matter how big it was. I just needed a taunt. So picking the 0-2 taunt was just as effective as a 5-5 taunt most of the time in the late game when I'm trying to finish off with just having a protected rag on the board.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing this deck in action. You guys have anything else you would like to add before we move on?
I just want to say thank you again to all of our chat, our listeners, our live watchers, everybody who tweets at us, uh, asking for suggestions, everybody in our Facebook group. Thank you so much for helping us get to 50. Let's get to 100 episodes.
You know, when we first started planning this episode, we had 3 guests that we had picked out and lined up. And this is a busy week for anyone Blizzard. And as we got closer to the episode, we just it was just going to be hard to get any of them on. And they all were willing to come on at any other week. So it's like our 50th week just seemed to be the week that all things Hearthstone was just super busy. But in the end, I like that it was just the 3 of us. We ended the year just like we started the year, the 3 of us doing what we do. And, you know, now that it's sort of happened, I don't know that I really would have wanted it any other way.
Oh.
That being said,
he loves us. He really loves us. Yeah, that's right.
I am making some plans for episode 60.
Yeah,
so hang tight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. With that said, if you're joining us on Twitch or YouTube, please stay tuned for our live play portion. It's going to be a lot of fun. If you are listening via the audio podcast, we'd like to thank you for joining us. And remember, you can follow us on Twitter at HeroPower_cast. You can find all of our past episodes on YouTube at youtube.com/ECMMOGamers or on our website at HeroPowerHS.com. And if you enjoy the show, you want to support and improve it and play in some awesome tournaments, consider joining our Patreon at patreon.com/HeroPower. And as always, guys, we'll see you again next week.
And don't forget to use your hero power.
Alrighty, well, while we get this set up, why don't you tell us a little more about that awesome deal from Viforce?
All right, guys. You know, like I said at the start of the show, this is a special offer just for listeners of the 50th episode. We will not speak of it again. This is a one-time deal. So you go to ViForceGaming.com, HeroPowerHS.com. Either one of those sites will let you in. Any order over $800, you can get $50 off if you type in Frost Giant in the promotional code. And guys, we have given you reason after reason to get a hold of a Viforce machine. If you haven't looked at the site yet, get on there and look. And then, I mean, just look at the value. You're not going to be able to find a better deal anywhere else. You get $50 off it anyway now. This is, if you're going to pull the trigger on buying a new gaming machine, now's the time to do it. Happy 50th birthday to us.
Woo! All right. Are you ready to go, sir?
I am. Charter is behaving as badly for me as it is for you.
Woo!
So give me just a second while I'm queuing into my opponent.
Okay. Let me know once you're ready and I'll spectate you.
All right, I am finding my opponent. I'm willing to bet it's going to land on a worthy opponent.
Is there anybody worthy of playing Virsica?
Oh, now. You're just being silly.
Plenty.
See,
Sorry.
that's more what I'm used to.
I had to do it. I'm always picking on Avantis. I got to pick on Virsica every now and then.
Feels good, man.
All right, so See Me No More, he asked what we thought of the deck that he tweeted at us, and actually I'm going to be taking to Facebook and talking about that as soon as the show is over.
All right, so
All right.
we're playing a warrior, and our opening hand is Totem Golem, Flame Tongue Totem, and Tunnel Trog. Almost seems like the dream opening hand. Tunnel Trog turn 1, Totem Golem turn 2.
Yeah, I'm keeping every card of this.
It's funny. I was, Zeroshio mentioned earlier that Disguised Toast was live streaming earlier, and I watched him play a game. He played against a shaman, and he was like, "Come on, what are you gonna do? Turn 1 Tunnel Trog?" And the guy turned 1 Tunnel Trogs. He goes, he's like, "What are you gonna do? Turn 2 Totem Golem?" The guy turned 2 Totem Golems. He's just like,
we actually drew into another Totem Golem, so we got our turns laid out for us.
"Oh yeah, into a Feral Spirit on turn 3."
You know what? I think instead of Totem Golem this turn, I think I'm going to go ahead and Flame Tongue now, so that I force him to remove either the Flame Tongue or the Tunnel Trog. And if he doesn't remove the Tunnel Trog, next turn I'm going to lay down the Feral Spirits.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm going to get
like
more
that.
mileage out of my Tunnel Trog this way.
I like
You
that
will,
as
and
well.
Either way makes a 3/3 Tunnel Trog.
Exactly.
And it wastes a Fiery War Axe, which he's gonna have. On
Yeah.
He'll have to make a choice between the Flame Tongue or the Tunnel Trog, which both are gonna net an extra 2 damage either way you look at it.
Yep. Oh, he
Oh,
didn't.
wow.
Oh, it's
Could be
the
Control
dream.
Warrior.
Living the
If
dream.
this is Control Warrior, definitely gonna just have to burn face as much as possible.
So without even thinking about it, I'm definitely playing the 2 Feral Spirits.
Yes.
I like that. Still sets us up for Totem Golem next
Totem
turn.
Golem next turn,
Yeah.
exactly. Because he's still 2 turns away from... actually, he's 1 turn away with coin from Brawling. Yep.
All right, so what I'm going to do here, I feel like I've got enough pressure.
Yeah, don't play anything. Or just
Well,
summon
I
a
would
totem.
definitely Hero Power.
Well,
I think I...
do you want to hero power and chance him brawling and us ending up with just the totem? Would it not be a smart play to not add another target?
That's kind of what I'm thinking, because I'm
good-
already
yeah.
well within thing from below range.
Yeah.
So
You got 11
We'll go
damage
ahead.
on.
yeah, go ahead and hit him with everything, and then force him to coin into that brawl.
And if he coins in the Brawl, we have Totem Gold, and Tunnel Trog. Or not in that order. Tunnel Trog,
Right.
double Totem Gold.
This is going to be a coin into brawl.
Yeah, I mean, he has to.
Yeah.
One thing to be wary of with this new, and I've been playing a lot of this Control Warrior, you really want to be careful when he gets below 12 health, because they're using, was it Revenge?
Yeah. So I'm thinking, I don't have a lot of Overload in my deck, so there's not a lot of reason now to keep Tunnel Trog in my hand.
No.
So even though I know I may put him into Revenge range, I'm only really 3 turns away,
We
really
won't
2
put him
turns
in
away.
Revenge range yet.
Right.
You'll get him down to,
So I get him 13, so I have him one
yeah,
above. So I am going to go ahead and
13 safe. 12 is not.
I'm actually just going to go ahead and play the 1 Totem Golem
Mm-hmm.
and Hero Power.
That's smart. Yeah.
And that way, if he brawls a second time, I'll still have Totem Golem to follow it up with.
Yeah. And see, I like the healing totem because that means he has to wipe it. He can't just do a one damage Ravaging Ghoul or Revenge.
Yep. Shield block into Fiery War Axe. Okay. Play the other Totem Golem here.
Yeah, I feel like
Outside
if he,
Revenge range.
Yeah.
If you do 5 to him, if you throw that down, you'll do 6 to him. You're
That
gonna
puts
get him
him at
below.
that puts him at 9. I'm going to get him below either way.
Yeah.
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 So what I think I'm going to do is I don't want to overload because
Well, overloading into turn 7 is not a big deal. You don't want to.
no, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to overload next turn. So I feel if I'm going to play Totem Golem, I need
Has
to
to be
do it
now.
now.
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree.
So that's what I'm going to do.
And summon
And I
a
will-
hero power.
Hero power and hopefully get a taunt totem, and I didn't, but that's all right. And I'm going to hit him for 6.
That 1 damage may be relevant if he doesn't use a revenge or. Because even if he revenges, he has to take some face damage or use up something like an execute. Here comes the revenge.
Yeah, I feel like this has got to be a revenge.
Yeah. I've been playing this deck a lot lately.
Yeah, he still has to follow it up with something else or use the Fiery War Axe.
4 mana. Ironforge Portal. I think that may be what he's deciding if he wants to use it now.
Either Ironforge Portal or he's got to lay a Ravaging Ghoul.
Ravaging Ghoul would be whatever he got off the top. That bash.
Yeah.
Okay.
That allows him to clear and not take any additional damage.
That's fine.
I'm bound to draw into a thing from below or
No.
fire elemental soon.
Yeah.
What do you think? This seems weird. What about Maelstrom? Well, I was going to say Maelstrom Portal before you used your hero power. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. Just so we get the one mana minion on the board. So
That's what I'm. Yeah.
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 Okay.
And that
Because
way,
there's really not much you can use Maelstrom Portal against an Control Warrior.
he's probably going to armor up. But if he doesn't armor up and doesn't put anything threatening on the board, Rag's lethal. But he's probably at least there's
There's the portal. Okay, that's fine. Still Rag here, you think?
I like Rag here, just because that's some major pressure. He'll have to use an execute on it. I mean, we could hex that and just, but we're only doing 2 damage. It's negated by his hero power.
Exactly.
We've not seen an execute yet.
We haven't.
If we rag now and can't get rid of, if he doesn't hit the Ogre Magi, then he's just going to die next turn to an execute. And we won't have gotten any damage to face.
So you want to hex Blood Mage?
I think I'm going to
Hero
hex
power?
Blood Mage hero power.
Okay.
Okay, that's a good slow play. The only thing I worry about is if we slow play too much, it plays right into what he does.
Yeah, and I absolutely agree, but I need to get good value out of that
Yeah.
rag. Because now I can no longer Barnes into rag. So, got to
Wait
make
for
sure.
the second
Yeah.
revenge, because they do run 2 revenges.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
He may think he
It's-
can get better value though.
it's two revenge and 1 brawl, if I'm not mistaken, right? Or they run
mine
both
runs
brawls?
mine runs 2 and 2.
Okay.
Oh wow.
So he's getting spell damage now.
Yeah. Ooh.
That's... So I think now you kind of have to play the Ragnaros.
Well, if
I
we
think-
lightning
yeah, I think-
bolt that and run the totem into it,
Yeah.
Rag's
Rag
guaranteed
goes
face
face.
damage.
Yeah.
But I want to keep my totem. I'm actually going to run the Jouster.
Okay. I
Because
guess
if
1 and 2 damage is inconsequential now that he's under 12. The only difference is Ravaging Ghoul, but honestly,
Well,
yeah.
if I draw a Thunderbluff or a Thunderbluff Valiant, that turns
True.
into 3 damage.
That's true. That's true.
And
Slam
here's the
execute.
Slam Execute.
Yeah.
But that's why I needed that to go face.
Right.
Because it did negate that extra armor that he gained.
Oh, there's Elise.
That's pretty much your win condition. You know.
Yes.
There we go.
Good call. Good call. Is that threat enough to do? Do we lightning storm that at all?
No, not yet.
Okay. They're not going to put a lot of threats out.
No.
I'll put him at
they
4.
won't.
So I need him. I want to force him into some decisions. It would be nice if we drew our second lightning bolt.
Yeah, and he has a lot of armor left.
Yeah.
He's going to have to get rid of that Thunderbluff Valiant.
There's the Fool's Bane.
Here comes the Violet Illusionist. Yep. This is a different build than mine because I don't run the Violet Illusionist, so he probably has cut a brawl. And he's just going to, yeah. I don't know why he traded in Elise. It didn't make a lot of sense. Well, I guess it does now. And he is purposely making sure not to kill your Thalnos.
That's okay.
Because he doesn't want that extra card draw. Now, yeah, do we just go face with this?
Yes, I think so.
Put him at 2. Now he has to have an answer for the fire elemental.
I'm trying to think of what he might have cut. He cut a brawl or maybe cut the Justicar. If he cut Justicar, that's good for us. Because Justicar is pretty much, that's the way I win. I just stay above my opponent with Justicar. What? Where's that last point of damage? There is no last point of damage.
No, so we're going to get him down to 1 on the next hit.
Top deck. The Manatide's going to help us. Yeah, I wouldn't kill that ghoul. I'd go straight to face.
Yep.
Hope for a healing totem. Yes!
There we go. Spirit Claws.
Healing
this
totem.
Is probably...
That... Yep.
This is probably game.
Brawl?
I think revenge is the only way he gets out of this clean.
Yeah.
Nope, there's a second brawl.
There's a brawl. I don't think that helps him too much unless he wins.
Oh.
Nice.
There he goes. Good job, gentlemen. All right. Game 1 is in the books.
All right. I saw where See Me No More said that he doesn't have us on Facebook. I will make sure that I get you my suggestions. It will probably be in the form of a blog on our website, and I'll just link it in Twitter.
You cannot ask Virsica for a suggestion to anything and limit him to a Twitter box.
It's just
not happening. Just not happening.
He can't decide what he's going to eat for lunch in 140 characters. Come on, guys.
He can't get to the point in 3 Twitter messages.
That's actually so very true. It's not even funny. Okay, so this is Warlock. We're at level 16, or rank 16. So I'm thinking that this is probably Zoo. It may be Disco Lock. Either way, I feel like Barnes early gives me the best chance of pulling Rag early. So I'm going to keep him because I have the coin. Manatide, I feel like, will help me keep pace with the Warlock's hero power. If it is Zoo, Feral Spirit is going to help me stem the rush, and then Hex for Councilman. I actually think I'm going to keep this.
Okay.
What do you think?
Especially since we have the coin?
Yeah.
I like keeping it, but for totally different reasons.
Okay.
I think this is going to be either the new variety of hand lock,
It's
or
disco lock.
oh, it's disco lock. Okay, I've been seeing when I was 16 this morning. I saw quite a bit of Renounced Darkness and Reno hand lock.
Yeah.
Wow, aggressive.
Oh, and he.
This is the succubus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
this
he
is
nailed
not
the
good.
silverware golem.
Do we coin out feral spirits and take out the imp?
Yeah, I think we do. I think we coin Feral Spirit, take the imp.
Yeah.
And then pray for a maelstrom portal
Yeah.
that we can't cast next turn.
Yeah.
Oh. This kills our turn 3, but we had to do it. He got the nuts.
Yes. Yes, he did.
Man.
Okay, so Harrison is not going to do me any good, but at least I won't proc him on Barnes. I'm going to kill the succubus, I think.
Yeah.
I don't see a lot of value in going to face.
I was thinking, what about popping the shield? Would have left your guy alive, but
Then they would just run the squire
Yeah.
into him.
It didn't change the board at all.
yeah.
Well,
I don't know if we can win this. This is going to be like a turn 5 or 6 win.
Yeah, he pretty much drew exactly what he needed to start.
Barnes and Prey.
Yeah.
Rag to pick people. Oh, I don't know. Yeah.
Well, that spell power is going to at least be a taunt.
Yeah,
He's
he'll kill it.
going to kill it, so it'll at least be 2 points of damage.
And he is correct. His start was extraordinary. Hey, it's Ducharmo. What's up, buddy?
And he managed to discard both of those silverware
Man.
golems on random discards.
Just
Just saying.
What you gonna do?
I'm going to hex the 4/3, and I'm going to drop Totem Golem because I'm still going to be able to cast Thing from Below next turn.
He's got lethal on board.
Yeah, I'm just hoping he doesn't see the lethal. I doubt that he won't, but stranger things have happened.
No,
Never mind.
power
the
overwhelming.
That he never discarded. The Doom
And
Guard.
Doom
he never
Guard.
discarded.
Wow.
Oh my! This guy. Okay, Spade Mate. Go buy a lottery ticket right now.
Yeah. Great opening hand. Like that is how you want a disco lock to play.
Yeah,
Like you just hope you get that.
that was ideal.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll take it. I mean,
Look, if I'm going to get beaten, I want to see a deck work the way it's supposed to work. So
that was that. Yeah. He must be a code writer because he wrote it exactly the way he needed it.
All right, so we got another warrior.
And this is either dragon or control. Dragon is control is very popular right now because the win rate's so high
Yeah.
in the meta.
It's so because it's control and because I have the coin, I think I'm going to keep Harrison, but I think I'm going to go pitch everything else.
I might keep the lightning bolt specifically if it is dragon. They're going to open with Alex Strauss champion.
Okay, I can buy that. We'll keep the lightning bolt.
And if they're not, then it's good to get rid of a Acolyte of Pain.
Yeah.
Without making them draw more than one. It's good for Ravaging Ghoul. There's a lot of things it's good for.
All
Both
right.
matchups. And we drew the Blood Mage style nose.
Sir Finley.
So this is probably Pirate Warrior then.
Or Dragon. Dragon is running the Sir Finley as well because it's more aggressive. A lot of weapons and it has a quick early starts, but it could be Pirate. Picking the Druid hero power.
Yeah.
I'm going to just
Pass.
think I'm just going to pass.
I think so.
I don't know if Lightning Bolt's worth running on that.
I don't think so.
Mm-mm.
There's the
There's
War
the
Axe.
War Axe.
So now he's going to go face.
Nope.
No,
All right.
that's interesting. Hero power?
Hero power pass. Or
I'm trying
now
to think if there's any value in cycling Blood Mage.
I like
'Cause
the idea of saving it with. I think you might put a Fierce Monkey out, and that makes Lightning Bolt that much more valuable.
I can buy that.
Boys, Rocio, you need whatever you want to sell to Virsica, you need to do it tonight. 'Cause he is buying it all.
He is fine. I've just really been seeing these matchups a lot lately. Mainly from the other side. I've been the warrior playing the shaman.
There we go.
See? And there's your value.
There's the value. You are absolutely 100% correct.
Hey, record that, play it back. We need a soundbite with that.
Sound clip of Virsica saying Zeroshio is correct. Guys,
No,
anything could happen on the 50th episode. I'm just saying.
Oh, what are we coining for?
I'm just wigging him out.
Oh, okay.
I want him to worry about what this card is in case he didn't see that it was the coin.
Gotcha. He did not say I was correct. He said I was 100% correct.
Oh, okay.
This keeps me from being able to play Harrison on turn 5, but I'm all right with that because
I think we're gonna have another weapon.
I think we'll have another weapon. We've not seen any dragon cards yet. So
No, this is
if it's a rusty hook,
This
we're
could
gonna get
be-
better value.
this could be just a pure mid-range
There's that fierce monkey.
warrior.
So I'm gonna go ahead and Spirit
Oh.
Claws.
Do you don't want to roll for a totem first?
It's not gonna matter.
You can roll
It
for
will
it.
because we can lightning bolt the fierce monkey if we get spell power totem.
Right, but if we don't get Spell Power Totem, I don't think the 3 damage is going to end up costing us, but we can do
Okay.
that if you want.
I'm just.
Options.
It's all semantics, really. It's just options.
Didn't get it, so now play that
Yeah.
spirit clause. Pass.
I mean, honestly, lightning bolt wouldn't have looked good because we wouldn't have been able to Harrison next turn. So
Right, and I already
I'll
know
write
that I'm
that.
saving my second Lightning Bolt for the second second Frothing Berserker. Sorry,
I think
had
this
a
is-
mind skip there.
I think this is tempo warrior, especially if he doesn't go face again.
So, do you think Harrison's worth one card? Or do you think
No.
Azure Drake here to draw a card?
I'm thinking Azure Drake to draw a card and then reevaluate.
Because we could coin lightning bolt and get rid of that monkey, making him use his weapon chart.
That's true. In fact, you could coin Lightning Bolt to kill the monkey and then use one of your charge of your weapon to get rid of Finley.
Yeah, I mean, with his druid hero power, it's an even trade,
Yeah.
but he's going to take 3 points of damage. I think
Yeah.
he expected us to lightning bolt that earlier.
Probably. I like that because it also hides the fact that I do have Lightning Storm in my hand.
Yeah.
Right.
Here we go.
Now you play Harrison.
Talk about a tempo breaker. Because he's like, whatever you put out, I'm going to smash. Not when it's in the museum. Of course it's well played.
into double Maelstrom Portal.
That is a pretty nasty turn 9 with Azure Drake if we had to.
Yeah,
I
so
like that.
Ducharmo, in case you missed, or I know you came in late, Virsica calls this Nuke Shaman because he likes to Barnes into Ragnaros.
So, what do you guys think about Flame Wreathed into Feral Spirit?
That's going to overload us a lot, but that gives us some crazy protection.
Yeah.
Or we can. I want to say Thing from Below, because I'm pretty sure he's probably got a Brawl. I think Flame Wreath would probably be enough to get the Brawl out.
Yeah, but I think we could. The taunts will take away options for trades.
Yeah,
What?
I like that.
I was gonna say we could have
So
we
how
could have
about
cleared the
this?
board. We could have cleared the board, but
Yeah.
we could have
How about-
Azure Drake into Maelstrom Portal.
Yeah.
Right.
I still like the Flame Wreath and just go face with Harrison and make him make that. Because if this is Tempo Warrior, I think they only run one Brawl.
Nuke Shaman with no Lava Burst, and he probably doesn't run Brawl. Well, I'm thinking. Oh, there's the dragons. Okay.
Okay. So we do have Dragon. It's a weird Dragon run, Dragon Warrior lineup.
Yeah.
I haven't
I
seen
agree.
any of the key Dragon Warrior pieces till now.
Right. Okay. We're so overloaded though.
Yeah.
I think we probably just Hex.
I feel like we got to get rid of the frothing.
Yeah, I feel like we just Hex Frothing and then go to face.
I say we smash frothing and then hex to 5/4, and he will only be able to do 4 points of damage when it'll be a 7/5,
Okay.
and that means he has to come up with the damage somewhere else. Meaning hero power is the obvious choice, and if that's the case, then he's taking 7 points of damage anyways.
Yeah. Next turn you can Azure Drake Maelstrom Portal to clear up the board if he doesn't run the Drake into it.
I'm thinking next turn. Next turn, I was thinking about not Thing from Below, Thunderbluff Valiant, Totem, and Maelstrom Portal.
Okay.
Oh, there's a rag.
He's rolling the dice.
Face.
Face,
Yes.
Okay, so
Attack into the 0-1, run the 7-5 into Rag, and
and then we
Maelstrom.
could Azure Drake
do what
Maelstrom.
you said you wanted to do.
Yep.
Yeah. Ooh, doing a bluff.
Yes.
Okay. Hopefully we get an air totem. Oh,
I really just need to clear Ragnaros.
okay.
Okay.
All right, what's he gonna do here? Twilight Guardian with a dragon in hand.
Yep. Blood to Ichor, and then run the 4-1 in to clear it. Go face to kill the 3.
Okay.
I think.
I think Azure Drake into Lightning Storm.
Yes. And then we can run the 2/1 in if we have
We
to.
need. Yeah.
Well, we could also Maelstrom Portal to.
Oh, You want to throw out Tunnel Trog?
Tunnel Trog first.
Yeah. Since we drew into it.
Lightning Storm.
Nice.
Yep. Good roll. Go face and equip. Yep. Read my mind. We have him on card advantage and board advantage. He's kind of in a tough spot.
He's used a lot of his removal.
He sure has.
Desharmo says Dragon Warrior doesn't run Brawl. He used to play it all the time.
Okay, well, if that's the case, then that's good.
I think regardless of what he plays,
Is an execute coming? Wow.
Double Ghoul.
Just lightning storm this up?
no, I think I'm going to Maelstrom Portal.
Do we want to roll for a totem first?
See if we can get the full clear.
Sure.
Worth a try. Okay. And
Go ahead
then
and play Think from Below.
take that to our face.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'm thinking. Go forward to his face.
With 2 taunts up, I can't imagine him doing 9 points of damage to us.
Yep. I can't imagine him playing anything.
Oh,
Except
but
Deathwing.
Deathwing.
Which
That is fine.
we're going to Hex.
That is
Yep.
perfectly fine. And what did he ditch? He ditched the book.
Bookworm. I'm just gonna leave that be for a minute.
Okay, especially since we got the finally got the air totem.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he's going to go face.
He's gonna try to apply some pressure now.
There's the charge. Okay. We're going to clear that up with Lightning Storm. Or, actually, you could Thunderbluff Valiant.
You thought of both Valiant and Lightning Storm
Yeah, you
and
could.
Totem. We have all the options. The problem is he's in top deck central. We need a taunt totem. Really need a taunt totem.
Yeah. Well, he only gets this card.
Yeah. He only gets this turn. He beats me this turn, or he doesn't win.
Yeah, he needs
Heroic Strike.
well,
He didn't have it.
he used both his fire war axes. He only had 1 core crown elite left, so
Yeah. All right, guys. Good job.
yeah, very good.
And really, Control Warrior is a tough matchup, and he didn't really play that like I think he. I
Well,
feel like he
that was
slow
Dragon
played.
Warrior.
Yeah, it was
Right.
really
I feel
Dragon
like he
Warrior, but
slow played that a little more than I've seen
Yeah,
most of the Dragon Warriors.
He should have been throwing those fire war axes to face at the beginning.
yeah. All right, guys. That's going to bring us to last thoughts. Zeroshio, what do you got?
Just again, I hate to sound like a parrot today, but thank you. We're at 50 episodes because of our listeners. And if you keep listening, we'll keep making these shows.
That's right. Virsica?
It was fun to drive again. It's been a while since I've driven. No, guys, thank both of you for sticking around and still having energy and still, putting the time in. I think this show works because the 3 of us put work into it. So thank you guys for being a part of that. And there's no one else I'd rather do it with. And thank our listeners for downloading us.
Do the show with. Is that
and-
what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank our listeners for listening. 50 episodes is a long time to listen to a show, and we've had some listeners that have been here since really first couple of episodes. So
That's right.
it's it's been nice to have you guys along for the ride, and another 50 more coming, and this time next year we'll be hitting 100, and I can't wait to see you guys at the top of the hill.
As they say on PBS, this show is made possible by listeners like you.
That's right.
And
no, not you. Yeah, you.
Yeah,
you.
You that's driving down the road right now. It's you.
Right now, you, the truck driver.
Well, if they're driving down the road right now, they're watching us instead of listening to us.
Exactly.
You just need to pull over.
But we know people do that, so.
Remember the truck driver? It was like episode 11 or something.
Oh. All right, guys. I think that's going to do it this week. Thank you again all for joining us. Remember, and if you missed it, go back and listen. We made an awesome announcement for our patrons, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. So, guys, if you have any questions or comments, please shoot us an email at heropowerpodcast@gmail.com. If you go to the website right now, you'll notice the contact us form is gone. I had an issue with it, but I think I have found a suitable replacement, and I'll be getting that up and running in the next couple of days. So you'll be able to use the contact us form on the website again. If you haven't done so yet, please hit that subscribe button below on YouTube, or give us a follow on Twitch to be alerted to when we go live. And, for more details on what we announced earlier, be sure to check us out at patreon.com/heropower. And as always, guys, good gaming.
Bye-bye.